We have some buddies from the Airbnb. Hi guys! Sweethearts, we don't have anything for you.
Come on, lady. There we go.
Oh, there's another one. Hi ladies! Oh, I miss having chickens so much. You guys are so cool. Hi! Hello! They're totally following you. We don't have food for you. Beautiful stone house. Water's down there. So pretty.
Alexander III was regaining territory from these Viking overlords. So King Haakon, a Norwegian king, he ordered a huge fleet of longships, I think 180 vessels, to sail from Bergen in Norway to the Isle of Skye. You know, where they were based on Skye to this day is commemorated by the name of the village, Kyleakin, the first village you come to as you come over the Skye Bridge. And then these same ships sailed into battle against Alexander III, and they were defeated at the Battle of Largs. This marks the beginning of the end of the Viking story, of their dominance in the Western Isles of Scotland. But I suppose really, the Vikings, they're still here. They're in the blood of the people of Skye, the Skye people who live here to this day. And we use their language every day without even thinking about it, because so many place names in Skye are in fact Norse, or Viking in origin. About 30% apparently of place names in Skye are Viking. And archaeologists are always digging up new stuff, new Viking artifacts. And about 20 years ago, on Skye, they uncovered an entire Viking shipyard. Now that's remarkable, because Viking shipyards don't pop up everywhere in Scotland.
We're at the ferry pools, and well, we're not at them, but we have there's the sign. And so we're gonna walk on that trail there to get to the ferry pools. It's a kind of a cloudy day. It's windy, which is good. Keep the midges away, and we can enjoy ourselves. It's pretty nice right now. We're on a bridge, little bridge going over this. Down here. Guessing there'll be a lot of those along the way. We were just walking up the whole, well, not the whole creek, but the creek of waterfalls. This one's the biggest so far. Might have looked along the ice, but it wasn't. I love this still water right there. Right next to like such a rushing waterfall. Top of it. Definitely a bit crowded. It's a great attraction, of course. They're crazy. I mean, it's not like Multnomah Falls where you're shoulder to shoulder with everyone. Much harder to get to. Cool. It's like a little pool behind the rock. Oh, yeah. train just keeps going and going forever and ever. We have to turn back because we have to go back to our bus soon. I think we're still going a little bit. Alright, this is as high as we're gonna go because we have to go back. But we see, yeah, more waterfall up there. It just comes down and down and down to the road that we were at, the first bridge. The Isle of Skye is pretty much this for like ever. We drove for 3 hours from Inverness. Well, we didn't drive, we took a bus from Inverness into Portree, and it was, yeah, just this forever. I was starting to get a little scared because it's like we were really in the middle of nowhere. But it's cool too. They do have community here and supplies and stuff, so we're really not in the middle of nowhere. It's just beautiful.
Now they were much bigger than that, much deeper than that, but it's a little shadow, really, of a life that's disappeared. And I love that as well about Skye. There's so much of the geology is laid out before us, like this big long fjord here, you know, Loch Harcourt. And you get a sense of the shape of it and how it was formed. But the human history as well, there's clues all around us. You know, the peat was perhaps once cut somewhere, and of course the land was farmed. In fact, right across the loch there, you can see there's some gorse growing at the water's edge, and then above it there's a lot of bracken. But you can just make out through the bracken some faint lines coming down the hillside.
Yeah.
How desperate were you for land if you thought that's a good place to plant potatoes? You know, think of the work involved in forming these sheds, you know, moving the earth, carrying the earth up there, getting rid of stones, weeding them, planting them, fertilising, harvesting. And of course that's because, you know, later on in the story of clearance, so much of the good land had been battles with England. He was a rubbish king. James II. You can check him out if you want. But some of the Stuarts are very fondly remembered. Mary Stuart, Mary Queen of Scots. She's kind of earned her place in sort of popular history. She was a remarkable woman, you see. She was born near Edinburgh in Linlithgow Palace, but she was actually brought up in France, in the French court. There she had a wonderful education. She grew up with a French prince in Notre Dame. The point is, there's a moment in history when Mary Stuart had the world at her feet. But tragedy strikes, her young husband dies, and she's forced to come back home to Scotland. But she comes back to a very different Scotland to the one she had left as a wee girl. By then, a religious reformation had swept through Europe, and Mary, she was a Catholic queen. And there she was back in Scotland, now trying to assert her authority over a Protestant church and Protestant nobles that are at best antagonistic towards her, at worst they're plotting her downfall. So she's a young woman alone in a man's world. She's a Catholic queen in a Protestant Scotland. I think she must have felt very vulnerable. I think that's why she got married again, not for love this time, but of necessity. She married someone called Lord Darnley. And on her death, our Scottish King James VI is the legal heir to England's throne. Happy days. Imagine the man's excitement when he got the phone call late at night. He packed his bags, he disappeared to London, and we never saw him again. He was soon crowned James I of England. So if you didn't know, important that you do know, James VI of Scotland, James I of England is the same king, same monarch. This is the high point for the Stuarts. Today historians call it the Union of the Crowns. Now if that was their best moment, there was worse to come. You might know something of the story of regicide, Charles I being executed, the abolition of the British monarchy, in favour of a republic. But it doesn't last too long, and eventually the Stuarts get back onto the throne. But here's the thing, once again they revert to the Catholic faith. So, when a Protestant Dutch prince, Prince William of Orange, invades England, this is an opportunity to protect the Protestant succession once and for all. It's often today referred to as the Glorious Revolution, when Britain's crown was effectively gifted to Prince William of Orange. He is crowned King William, and he now rules Britain, with his wife Mary as Queen, who's a Stuart, but she's a Protestant Stuart, so everyone's happy. But of course, not everyone was happy. Imagine King William in London, and his Queen Mary. One's giving him advice, and suddenly Scottish Highlands, you need to act quick. So he orders soldiers north to stamp out the flames of rebellion before they can take hold. But unknown to him, someone called John Graham of Claverhouse was waiting. Now he's better remembered today as Bonnie Dundee. As King William's soldiers march north, Bonnie Dundee springs his trap. The Battle of Killiecrankie in 1689 is recognised as the beginning of this Jacobite rebellion that will change and shape the Highlands and Islands of Scotland to this day. And, as you'll hear later, will have a particularly profound effect on the Isle of Skye. And in fact, it's those words that some of you maybe know because it would become the theme of Outlander, the TV series. So there you are, from people rowing across the Minch, to something that we know and recognise today. That song, those words, that sentiment has kind of tumbled down through the years. should probably go to McDonald's. And I'll tell you the story later. Because that's not the version I wanted. That's the original version. Here's the one I wanted. So now let's look at the loch. This is Loch Dunvegan, and it's a sea loch. You can see the tide is pretty far out just now. Salt water, open to the ocean, of course. So it's ecology, it's wildlife. As I said earlier, it's all marine, and we're dead lucky on Skye. We've got loads of seals and dolphins and whales from time to time, all around us. We have grey seal and common seal. The grey seal are a little bit bigger than the common seal. You might see some. As the tide's out, they often will take themselves onto the shoreline and just hang out, really, you know, digesting, you know, their lunch, dinner, or whatever they call it, and then waiting for the next tide to go off and hunt again. They go into a kind of almost semi unconscious state, you know. Half their brain's a wee bit alert and the other half's sound.
What goes down must come up. We are gonna have a time of it. Watch out. There's some old walls. Not sure how old. From the wall. It's an amazing view. Ocean. All this grass. So lush. I'm going to a lighthouse at the other side of that cliff thingy over there, or whatever you call that. It's pretty amazing how there's just like never-ending bodies of water and hills of grass and rock. Oh, she's so cute. It's the horn for the lighthouse. Do you remember the name of the lighthouse? Niest, right? Yeah. Niest Point. From the home, I can't get up to the actual lighthouse, sadly. It's blocked off. It's locked. Huh? Oh yeah. So, pile of junk in the lighthouse. It's part of the junk laced with daisies. Yes. You want to go down there?
Yeah, that's good.
Do we have time? Okay. It's funny, they give us like an hour to do these things, but we end up kind of having to run back because it was all downhill. Which means we have a lot of very steep uphill coming up. But we're down here now, so we have to go back up if we want to not die here. Not that dying here would be too bad, I guess. It's pretty. I don't want to starve to death and freeze to death. Cairns down there. Come here. Yeah, the cairns. They're a bunch. They're cairns.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, probably just because somebody started it and now everybody just makes them. It's like tradition. We can make a cairn and leave it on Skye. This one's pretty cool. of the little thing. That's fun. Over here.
Huh?
Just got to you. There's the lighthouse from another view. Now we can actually see it better. That's the horn. Wow. It just goes forever. There's something to be said for building such tiny areas of people crammed together. Then you have vast amounts of just nature to hang out in that's not that far. This has been amazing.
Symbolism of devil.
Usually they're to mark the side of a path.
There you go. Get that?
Yep. Ta-da.
Okay.
These are the sheep I think that crossed earlier. Now they're happily up on their hill. That one needs to be sheared badly. Poor guy. He's probably due. So pretty. Well, we have 20 minutes to get up there. So, off I go. Okay, we still have 15 minutes and we're actually to the very end where we're going up the mountain. We just did all of that. But this is the worst part because we have to go straight up, kind of, not really, 45-degree up. Yay! 15 minutes, I can do it. Just in a rest stop. Walking around the fairy Glen in Uig, spelled U-I-G. It's a pretty little lake. There's lots of little hills with fern all the way up them. The fern is very happy in Scotland. I don't think I've ever seen so much healthy fern. I think the greenery here has even Washington beat. It's quite amazing. All the trees are hazelnut trees. It's pretty flowers. We're closer to that now. We have a view. I don't know if this guy has a name. But is that where He was supposedly playing his bagpipes. There was a story about a guy who came here and disappeared for 150 years and then came back, and they didn't know where he was, but he was in fairyland. So time was going by slower there, apparently. Wow, this is very fairy tale-like. So pretty, the fern and the flowers. And sheep. Kind of wish others were quiet as we are. Climb path at own risk. Will do. Very risky business here.
On.
I'm gonna step over here behind you. Okay. Almost fell. Okay. Julia would have been up there in a heartbeat. So pretty. There's so many different ways to go up here. Go down there. There's some funny like designs in the grass down there. Maybe fairies did it. And then I took this path, and actually Mark went up there and he took that path. He doesn't know I'm videoing him right now. He's yawning because he's tired. Hi! Do you see this circle thingy down there? That's interesting. Well, this place is fun. It's definitely like something of fairy tales. This path you go all over. It's like a fun playground, but like natural. But you could get lost. So I wouldn't suggest letting kids run around here by themselves unless they know how to find their way back. Everything starts to look the same. There's lots of grass, fairy hills. I have no idea if I'm supposed to be walking here, but it looks like a path. Oh, there's sheep. There's so many sheep. They're just everywhere. You can actually go right up to them sometimes. Sometimes they come right up to you. They're all marked for something. Hopefully not slaughter. They have a red on them. They sheared. They look like they're already sheared. So, I don't know what what that marking means. That one doesn't, but he's not marked. Oh, he is marked. This seems dangerous. So pretty. Hi.
Hi.
What's this flag?
Huh?
What's this flag? Okay.
So we have 12 minutes.
Oh, there's a waterfall way over there. That's cool. So many beautiful things to see up here. Alright, we're heading back. Because we're done. We're gonna skip Old Man's Store today. Because if we do, we can save $50. Because it costs $50 to take a cab back to our hotel. Or we can just go ourselves. We were just gonna go to a photo point where we can see Old Man's Store, and we can actually take a bus for $2, £2. And see it tomorrow. So, if we want, we're not sure if we even care. That's cool. These are the fairy hills, supposedly. If you put your ear up against them, there's fairies in them. They're probably just midges.